Miss Allie bringing it to you live from the living room.
Now I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? I like signing, I like those Balenciaga.
If you're anything like me, you're already bored. So I was about to do a stretch. I thought you guys could do it with me.
When they want a second chance, I like moving to the dawn. I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Burnt, cold, Ferrari, hop off the stoop, jump in the coupe, hit dip on top of the roof, flexing on blue, hard as I can, eating halal, driving a lamb. So that coins, I'm sorry though, got my coins like Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B, I run this shit like cardio.
As always, be very careful whenever you're stretching. We're going to start with a little warm-up to avoid any injuries. Everybody, when stretching, you need to listen to your bodies. That's really important. You need to know the difference between, ooh, that's a big stretch, or oh my gosh, my leg is going to tear off. You need to breathe. Make sure that oxygen is getting into your muscles. You need to relax into all of your stretches. Last but not least, you need to practice good form. I'm nervous taking these videos since I can't come around and check everybody as we're doing it, so I'm really relying on you guys being aware of your body and correcting yourselves as you go. Alright guys, let's get started.
I spend in the club, what you have in the bank. This is the new religion bank, the Latino gang, gang. Gang, gang, yeah. Como Celia Cruz tengo el azúcar. Tú que va medio y se fue de pecho como Ginny Luca. Te vamos a tumbar la peluca y arranca pa'l caluca. Y a ti no te va a pasar la boca. Mi tenis Balenciaga me reciben en la entrada. Sí, like I'm Lady Gaga. Y no te me hagas que en cover de Billboard tú has visto mi cara. Lo salgo de tu mente, donde quiera que hayas escuchado mi gente.
I said I like it like that.
I said I like it like that. I said I like it like that. I said I like it like
I said I like it like that.
I just wanna shine like the sun when it comes up. Run the city from the rooftops, 'cause today's gonna be my day. I just wanna climb to the top of a mountain, standing tall when I'm howling, 'cause today's gonna be my day, it's gonna be my day, days. Good night stress, see you in the morning. I don't gotta guess, you're always there for me. Sowing them seeds of doubt, I think you like seeing me freak out. Good night stress, see you in the morning. So I wake up, I get out of bed, stay up, stay out of my head 'cause it's dangerous, and I don't wanna lose my mind, no. I just wanna shine like the sun when it comes up. Run the city from the rooftops, 'cause today's gonna be my day. I just wanna climb to the top of a mountain, stand tall when I'm howling, 'cause today's gonna be my day.
Amen, our cardio is done. I am ready to stretch. Remember our 4 rules.
Sugar, things will happen if I get out of my way.
We're going to start with our lunge sets. We have my helper, Apollo Freeze in the background. Again, knee direct through the ankle, please. Back knee stretching and leg lengthening behind you. I'm not a hunchback here. I'm trying to still remain lifted on my shoulders. You're pushing your hips down low as you can. right over top of the ankle. I'm just gonna hold everything for a really long time, so buckle up. I'm gonna take my back arm, same arm as leg is bent, and reach up to 12 o'clock. Pulling this hip down. Back to your lunge position. Now to your elbows. Make sure your knee stays over top of your ankle. Notice I had to adjust a little bit. Really press through your back leg here, guys. Back to your lunge. We're going to press our front leg straight now. Try to keep your chest as close to your leg as you can and hands down. Really stretch and lift through your back. Try to not be a hunchback. In this position, it's really easy to open up your hips. I want you to try to bring this hip forward. Square those hips off. If it feels good to do both ways, fine, but make sure you do square for sure. Back knee down, everybody. Really suck that hip back and reach your opposite arm over to your toe or as far as you can go. Sit all the way down now. We haven't done this one for a while. Sit totally on your back leg. Reach your opposite hand over and pull yourself in. Fold yourself in half. Go as far as you can. Some of you might be here, that's fine. Now we're going to push on forward. Adjust your foot again. We want your knee directly over your ankle. Push on forward. Really think of sucking that hip forward. I feel this one really nicely in my hip flexor when I put my hands on my knee and try to straighten my arms and lifting my back. I'm not crunching it. And just relax and breathe. And keep your weight pushing forward. Up on the back toes, 16 counts, go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to transition through a sumo squat. Just give my hips a little break. Keep pressing your knees open. My knees should still be on top of my ankles here. And I'm going to transition to the other side. And hold it here. Make sure you're engaging and pressing through this muscle here. Take this back arm. Reach it up to 12 o'clock. Hold this hip down. Back to your lunge. Really stretch it again. Down to our elbows. Adjust your foot a little bit if you need to. My right leg is significantly more flexible than the left. If you have a yoga block at home, go ahead. Or you can put your hands down and just use your arms to help lower you. You don't have to be the full way down. Press back to your lunge. Time to straighten that front leg. Look, notice how I adjusted my back foot a little bit. Knowing that I maybe couldn't go as low, I'm going to try to stretch through my back and pulling this hip forward and this butt cheek back. Right now, I'm trying to get my back a little bit more flat. I'm really feeling that in the back of my hamstring, but it feels good. Put your back knee down gently and really suck this back hip backwards, this way. If you're looking to make this one harder too, you can put your foot a little bit more in front and just continue to square your hips off. Sit down. Square those hips off. Opposite hand to leg. Pull yourself in. Push on forward. Just your foot again if you need to, directly over the ankle. How's everyone feeling? I hope you're doing good. I miss you guys already, so this is my way of communicating with you right now. I'm going to put my hands on my knee and stretch back. Lifting, not crunching, lifting. Pushing my weight forward. Up on my back toe. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. 8, 7, 6. Come back into a sumo. Well done. We have 2 more in our lunge series that I wanted to add in, you guys. Our pulse, push back, and then also grabbing the back knee. So let's start with pulse, push back 4 times. I'm going on my right leg first. Straight, really set that hip back, this guy. Back. Make sure that knee's over the toe, I can't say it enough. I mean over the ankle. Now come into your lunge with your back knee down. And if I didn't say it before, I would definitely recommend working with a yoga mat or on a carpet or a blanket. Don't do it on the floor like this or it'll hurt. Very gently bend your back leg. Try to grab your opposite arm to leg because you need this arm to balance where your other foot isn't. You're going to try to get your heel to your butt, but with also pushing your weight forward into your lunge. I feel that really good right there, so I'm just gonna hold that right there. Breathe, guys. And switch feet. Pulse, push back. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Times, or as many as you'd like. Back knee goes down. Very gently, I'm going to grab with my opposite arm. This side feels significantly tighter, so I'm trying to keep my hips square. I'm pulling it down, not opening up like this, and holding it to where I can. You gotta comfortably hold it. You guys have to remember, if you just stretch really quick, your muscles just snap back and don't remember how to do that. The longer you hold it, you're creating that muscle memory and retaining that elasticity in your muscles. Continuing on our split series. For this next exercise, you're going to need a strap. Now, I know what most of you are gonna say, Miss Ella, I don't have my own strap. Well, time to get creative while you're locked in the house, kids. Take your tie off of your house coat if you have one. Maybe a pillowcase would work. How about a belt? Anything. You guys should have at least one of those to be able to try. And if you don't have a strap, you can just use your hands, but it is easier if you have a strap. We're going to start with laying on our backs. I want you guys to hold your backs strong. I don't want to see them arching like this. I want to see you using your core and pushing your back into the floor as you're doing this and keeping your hips square. Try not to let your butt cheeks lift up and down as you're doing this too much. It will happen a little bit naturally, but try to fight it or you're cheating, no cheaters. Okay, so I've wrapped the strap around my foot. If you prefer your ankle, whatever feels best for you. And then I'm just gonna keep a hold here. I like to hold it with my opposite arm. This one is kind of hanging out to help me balance. I find it just helps me keep my hips a little bit more square, and I'm just gonna start pulling my leg towards me. My right leg is significantly more flexible than my left. My butt is starting to lift a little bit, so I'm concentrating on pulling it down. Here's what it would look like if you're cheating, and then down. And I'm also remembering to stretch through this bottom leg. We don't want a lazy bottom leg. You have to keep stretching and pressing that into the floor too. Now challenge, I'm going to transition to my side without putting my leg down. I'm continuing to hold, and I'm stretching that bottom leg underneath me. I'm trying to bring my leg just behind my shoulder. And I really just have it wrapped around my hand once. Now, if you have a pillowcase, you maybe need to hold on with both legs. Just use your elbow to support you. And I'm going to transition back onto my back. Trying to maintain the height that I have my leg at for an added extra challenge, and just rolling back into it. And really lift out of your back and your shoulders again, guys. I'm just gonna bring that in for a little reverse stretch. And I'm gonna switch over to the other side. My left leg is significantly weaker than my right leg, like I said. So remember your rules. Breathe, be patient, know your limits. And you just have to work on it. Honestly, if I put more time in, I'm sure it would be way better. And isn't that the same with everything in dance, right? It just needs practice and patience. All right, hanging out again. I'm gonna use both arms this time to pull. My right leg was like here. And I'm just feeling quite tight back here. So I'm just gonna hold it and just accept that that's where I can go today with my left leg. I'm gonna hold it as long as I can try to relax it. The longer the better, guys. Time to flip on my side. I'm gonna use this elbow to help me balance. Stretching my bottom leg underneath me, keeping it in line with my body. It's not like hanging out way over here. Now try to suck your bum cheek down and back. Don't cheat. Feel me rolling your legs back in class like that. This is where your bum's lifted. Your leg's gonna go forward. You wanna keep it up and behind your shoulder. Again, if some of you need to use both hands, just balance with your elbow. Now I'm gonna try to transition back. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hold this height, but I'm gonna hold it as far as I can as I roll. Hold it another 8 counts. And come back in. I feel ready to be trying my front or right and left splits. If you don't have any yoga blocks, I already know what you're saying, Miss Ellie, I don't have any yoga blocks at home. It's time to get creative once again, kids. Grab any pillow you can find, fold up blankets, towels, couch cushions, whatever's gonna work to give yourself a little bit of extra support and be able to help you hold these stretches. Going into it for 1 second is not what we need. I'm gonna whip everybody into splits shape. If me, your 30-year-old teacher, can get them, you can get them. I believe in you guys. Okay, if anybody is feeling really tight in your hip flexors, I recommend taking a minute and doing some pigeon. This is where your front leg is bent, your back leg is stretching behind. You can sit up or you can lay down. Okay, and you can bend your back leg as well and try to bring it into your butt with staying low. If you're having trouble with your knee getting straight, that means that your hamstring here is tight or your calf is tight. And I want you to grab a chair or something and put your leg on it and just really sink your butt cheek down and stretch the heck out ready to try my right leg. You're gonna slide down. You're gonna stretch your back leg behind you. Now, until I get all the way down, my back knee is not gonna be able to get all the way straight, but you better believe that I'm stretching it and pressing back through this leg. Added challenge, take your opposite hand over and try to stretch. You can also lay down if you like. I think I'm ready to take a block away. Start wherever you're really comfortable and just work your way down. I'm going to do my chasse arms to try to help my balance, and I'm pulling this hip forward. I am doing turned out splits. Now I'm going to try to take this last block away. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold it very long, but challenge yourself, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're really feeling really flexible and bendy, 10 seconds, whatever. Okay, take a deep breath. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that back leg. Give yourself a hug. Woo! No way I'm going to be able to do that on my left leg. I think I'm going to need the foam roller for this one. Again, if I didn't have these, I'd be grabbing pillows and couch cushions and folding up blankets or towels, whatever I had to do. So, how did I do this before? I'm going to start really high with my left leg because yikes. But I'm going to be patient with myself. Okay, so I've got a nice little stack going. I'm going to start. And get this front leg straight. I'm squaring those hips off, and I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit until I feel like I can handle more. Just warming up. Hello, kittens. Got my helpers. Locos. Oh, hello. Such a nice baby. Look at this, girls. She gives me hugs. All right, beat it so I can finish, please. Time to go a little deeper. I'm going to play it safe and take away this black guy, the smallest one first. Just go little by little. Especially those of you that have tears or injuries that you're healing from, you can't give up, but you have to push it as far as you can safely and be willing to put that time in. Do I enjoy stretching my right leg a lot more because it's easier? Of course. But you just have to be patient and get excited about getting better. We have nothing but time on our hands now, so everybody, let's really push our splits. Now, just to be safe, because I have a tear underneath this thumb cheek, pardon me, I'm going to come back to this. Hold my lenta. And I'm just starting to feel a little bit of bad stretching, so I'm just lifting up a smidge. And that tells me that I've reached my limit with my left leg. So I guess I maybe needed another black one, which would mean I'd be at 2 colors. So, but again, if you're using towels and stuff, you can use pictures and videotape yourself, or you can just use the same blankets and towels and pillows each time and just keep track from there. And I've had enough of that. Now, obviously, if you can't sit in your splits, and I had to use my arms to hold myself up like that, I couldn't do the opposite arm over or my chasse arm. But again, just push it as far as you can go. Up next, straddle series. I am nowhere near, but I'm on this journey with you guys, so stay tuned.